Namaste dosto! Welcome to Desert Thai Dish! My name is Reiko. So right now it is well and truly in winter here in Melbourne, so I thought it was a perfect time to share another warming chai recipe with you all. Today we're making gulab or rose chai. So this concoction came about when I was playing around with different kinds of ingredients to put in chai to spice up my daily brew. And this was one of the first ones that became a regular on my chai menu. And it happens to be the favorite of one of my regular visitors. Hi Steph, this one's for you. So the primary ingredient where this one gets its namesake flavor is from rose water. And you can pick this up in a Desi or Middle Eastern grocery, they'll generally have it. So, chalo, let's cue the music and brew some chai. Not a complex list of ingredients this time, apart from our chai basics, this is all we need. So we'll start by prepping our whole spices. I'm going to get my trusty mortar and pestle out here. We'll start with 1.5 teaspoons of fennel seeds, and we're going to use a grinding motion here. Now you don't need to go too crazy, we're just looking to bruise them up so they start to release their aroma. Now we'll add in 6 hara elaichi or green cardamom pods. Start with a bashing motion here to break open the pods. Lastly, we'll put in our dalchini. This is about 3 to 4 centimeters worth. Again, just using a bashing motion to break it up. Looking well broken, so let's now use a roundabout grinding motion to get everything a little bit finer. So that's our whole spices ready to go. Come with me over to the stove. For chai brewing, I love my little milk pan. It's non-stick, so it's easy to clean and it has these helpful little pouring spouts. For stirring the chai, I'm going to use my yellow silicone chai spoon. Yes, that's right, I have a spoon just for chai. So we're going to pour our pestled spices into the milk pan. And now that I've evicted the spices, I'm going to add in my round of ginger. Let it know how you treat guests by pestling it well. Now let's get back over to the stove. We want to set our heat here to medium. Give our spices a bit of a shake just to evenly distribute them around the pan, and we want to toast them for about 30 seconds. This is going to bring out the flavor. You should now find the kitchen filling with beautiful aromatics, so let's go ahead and stop that toasting by adding in 1 cup of water. We'll also add in 1 cup of full cream milk. I wouldn't recommend using light milk here as you want something with a bit of fat because that's what's going to bring out the flavors of the spices. Lastly, we'll add in our pounded ginger. Now give everything a good stir just to make sure it's all well distributed. Whoever said a watched pot never boils has never made chai. It will unashamedly overboil on you without thought, and you don't want to have that kind of mess on your hands. Once it starts to boil, turn down the heat to a simmer. I usually give it a bit of a stir just to calm its foam. We're going to leave this to simmer for 6 minutes. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, it's been 6 minutes, and as you can see, the chai has now changed slightly in color, indicating that those spices have become one with the milk. So let's add our sweetener of choice. I'm using raw sugar here. I'm gonna add in 3 teaspoons. Don't judge me, but I like my chai sweet. Now we'll add our tea. I'm using Wagh Bakri. You can pick it up from an Indian grocer. I like to add 1.5 teaspoons. I find that this gives a nice robust flavor without being overpowering. Give it all a stir as we want to make sure the tea distributes its flavors evenly throughout the chai. And lastly, our namesake flavor. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of rose water. Now we'll simmer for another 4 minutes to let those flavors intermingle. Generally though, rather than timing, I usually do it by color. When it turns this lovely kind of caramel color, I know that the chai is ready. Lastly, we want to set the heat to medium and overboil the chai to the point where it almost escapes out of the pan and then quickly turn it back to a simmer. Do this step twice, although this time rather than turning it down to a simmer, we'll turn it off. This is going to create a pleasant texture to the chai. Sorry, Reiko, can I just interrupt the video for 1 minute, if you don't mind? Thank you. So, I just wanted to announce the winner of my Easter egg hunting competition that was featured in my last video on the Jaffa hot cross buns. Do check it out if you haven't. The watchers had to find the correct number of eggs featured in the video, and the winner in this case is LubyCapper7228. Congratulations, you are the proud owner of a Chai is Life sticker, and I will get this sent out in the mail to you shortly. While not the correct number of eggs, they were the closest guess with 35. So, I thought what we would actually do now is actually have a look at where I hid all the eggs in the video. So check it out and let's count them together. Alright, show me an appropriately themed egg counter. I like it. Let's go. Wait, not that egg. Alright, that's all of them. How'd you go? Did you find them all? Sorry for the interruption, Reiko. Let's get back to the chai. I feel like something a little bit fancy today, so let's use this beautiful teapot. And of course we'll need a strainer because you don't want lumpy chai. And now it's time to pour. So I'm going to pick up my milk pan and bring it over to my waiting teapot. So remember how we talked about that pleasant texture that you get from overboiling the chai? You can do the same thing also by pouring it from a little bit of height into the teapot. So this is going to further enhance that nice quality. Do be careful not to burn yourself though. If you're finding that the chai is not running through the strainer, it's probably blocked with some of the chunkier parts of your chai. So I usually just give it a few taps, either with the milk pan or on the teapot in this case. This loosens up the sediment and you should have free-flowing chai once again. Lastly, I'm going to use the back of my spoon to push against the sediment to get every last remaining drop of chai. Don't waste it. Pop on the lid to keep it hot, and now the chai is ready. Chai Bhakti! Alright, we're back and the brewing is done. And here in my hot little hands is the teapot full of chai. So, let's go ahead and pour ourselves a Coolhard. I love the sound of a good pour. And one little additional ingredient to make it look pretty. Dried rose petals. Oh, and here it is. Rose chai. And it's got some wonderful aromas. Definitely getting that rose smell, but also all of the other spices. The cinnamon, the cardamom, the ginger, the fennel even a little bit. Anyway, let's go ahead and give it a try, shall we? Those spices hit and then you get that beautiful finish of the rose. This is definitely one I'm going to keep making and that'll keep Steph happy as well. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you want to catch what dish I get up to next time, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, Dosto, and Fi Malenge. I'll catch you in the next one.